What's up, everyone? How's it going? In this game, we have Wam as our blue Ottoman spawning in the northern side of Dry Arabia. In the southeast, we have Dragevann as our Abbasid Dynasty, purple Abbasid Dynasty. Nice to see both of these players. I haven't casted much of Dragevann lately. I did go a while casting him, at least watching a few of his games. Out of nowhere, our times like synced up, I guess, when I was casting and he was playing. He's a pretty solid player. I've enjoyed watching him for the most part. He's very cookie cutter, so he plays the meta extremely well in a very optimal manner. I don't really think he participates in many tournaments, anything like that. He is a solid player though. As for Wam, everybody should know who he is. Of course, I think both of them at the moment are actually top 50, top 25. Yeah, I think both of them are worst case scenario top 50. Dragevann does hover around top 20, top 35. Wam, I've seen him drop, but I've also seen him like top 10, top 12. So I actually didn't double check before I started casting this. Either way, both of them are phenomenal players, very strong. Hope to see we see an amazing game. Already, we did see, or we are going to see, a Dark Age military school. Pretty standard opener. This is one that I absolutely love doing. Sorry about that. Lost control of my mouse for a second. As for Dragevann, he is playing as the Abbasid, right? So what we're gonna most likely see out of him is gonna be military wing into culture wing, or military wing, yeah, into culture wing. Ooh, okay. Going non-standard here with the House of Wisdom, or going into the eco wing from the House of Wisdom. Generally, what we've been seeing a lot recently is like, I don't think that was worth it. I don't think. Anyways, is military into culture wing, then trying to get map control with the 4 initial units, the 2 archers, the 2 spears, and then from there, when they go into the culture wing, preservation of knowledge allows them to get quite a few upgrades for very cheap. Twin minaret madrasa. All right. I like the twin. Yeah, the twin minaret is fine in this situation because the Abbasid's going for the eco wing. If he was going for the military wing, I would have, obviously it's too late for him to figure it out. But if he saw the military wing, I would have preferred the Sultani trade network because your gold would be getting contested. No, I think in this, against this civilization, either one is good. Yeah, I don't think there's a bad choice. I really don't. Even though I generally go for the Sultani trade network, and I've said this before too, it's easier to get your gold denied than it is your food denied. Especially as the Ottoman, your first visor point, if your food is somehow getting denied, your first visor point could go into Anatolian Hills, you grab 8 more sheep. And Fertile Crest, or Crescent, coming up right now. Archery range. Nice little stabby stabs coming out of the Spearman. Good micro out of Wam. You know, I wouldn't expect anything less from him. He does have to be careful. It is taking a decent amount of damage right there. Almost gets picked off. Very close. Second spear is coming up for him as well now. Let's see what he does at the moment. His harass is basically null and void. Oh, not anymore. So Dragevann going for the second TC, of course, since he is doing the he's pulling all his villagers off food. leaving two, and then he's just gonna queue up the rest onto food from what it seems like. And we have our first camel archer out. Where did those spears go? They are going to be just roaming around the proximity of the base of our Abbasid. Sipahi coming down, second school, military school, just about to start up right now as well. 3 spears. It looks like we're going to be getting the 2 TC play out of Wam as well. Abbasid do have the advantage. Generally speaking, Abbasid have the advantage when it goes into multi-TC because it is cheaper for them. And Dragevann is going to be losing a villager right there. 1 villager for 1 spear. Gladly take that. Second villager getting dangerously low. No micro coming out of it. There he goes. Finally pulls that back. Gonna move that over to food. Camel archers extremely delayed on their reinforcement. I do believe that they were on the other side, going towards the other side of the map to start harassing. Dropping the town center next to the stone makes me believe he's gonna go into a 3 TC play, potentially even a 4 TC. 4 TC will be extremely greedy against an Ottoman though, because they could switch into massive feudal aggression very quickly. Keep in mind with the double schools as well, military schools, they are going to be able to produce units for free as long and forever, as long as they keep those military schools up and running. Second TC for our Ottoman going to be dropped next to the stone wood line, and also a different angle to protect the twin minaret madrasa. First visor point will be used in the upgraded meta. Blacksmith coming down as well on top of the military schools. Back in the base of our Abbasid. TC is almost done, and he might be going for that 3 TC like I imagine he would. Nope. He's only going to be going 2 TC, and he's going to try to go into castle. I would have preferred the positioning to be a little bit better then, unless... Okay, no, he was... Okay, it doesn't matter. His SimCity is getting all out of whack anyways, now that he's dropping the stables and the archery range where they are. I was assuming he was going to be leaving this spot open for... Dragevann being extremely indecisive there. That is not good. That is not what you want to see. I think it's let me see. Did he scout out? Yeah, so he scouted out the second TC. So he was like, okay, there's no aggression coming, then I'll play extra greedy in that case and go into, well, not extra greedy necessarily. I don't think it's extra greedy. 3 TC is perfectly healthy. But did he scout the infrastructure getting dropped behind it? I forgot. We're not going to be able to see what got dropped. He did see the second TC. I don't know if he saw anything else behind it. Wam is switching over to mass feudal. He's not going to be going into castle. He is switching gears. 3. Okay, so sitting on 2 archers, 2 Sipahi at the moment, plus his meta. 3 Sipahi in queue, 2 archers in queue against Dragevann's 3 camel archers. Camel archers will do a decent little Sipahi run by with the metas. He needs to finish this wall off. The camel archers will do a decent job against the Sipahi, and by that I mean since they are camels, they have the camel unease debuff, which will let them reduce the damage done by the Sipahi by 20%. So it'll make his units a little tankier. Moving out, grabbing deer. Does he have survival techniques? Not yet. It is no wheelbarrows finishing up. He'll have to get survival techniques. He needs to start producing military though, currently sitting on 4 camel archers, and that's it against Wam's 10 regular archers, 4 Sipahi, meta, and scout. 16 military against 5. This isn't looking good for Dragevann at the moment. That indecision that he made kind of costed him. Because if he had swapped over straight to... he's not aware of the third TC that's here. Villagers need to get pulled. Garrison. That was zero response from Dragevann right there. He would have been able to get some damage in, quite a bit of damage as well, because those units got very close to it, extremely close to that TC. So a good amount of damage would have been put onto the Ottoman army right there, but instead Dragevann was not paying attention. His infrastructure is essentially non-existent. He's sitting on one archery range, and that's literally it. The first stable is coming up now as well. And the wall never got finished on the eastern side of his base, and now villagers are going to be going down there. I think it was just one villager got picked off, and a single camel archer. Camel archers moving forward a little too much. Okay, the villagers did garrison and were able to get at least a single archer. Better than nothing, I suppose. More stables coming down. A total of 3 stables, 1 archery range will be the entire military production for our Abbasid. The positioning isn't optimal though. Oh, he's gonna lose. No, okay, the horseman's gonna barely be able to make it. Yeah, this positioning that he put himself in isn't that good. And I don't mean the position in the game, I mean the SimCity that he's set for himself. Just isn't that good. As soon as the ram comes into play, he's gonna be able to start picking off the infrastructure that's out and about. I would like to see more infrastructure getting dropped in the back of the base to try to deny any type of denial, basically. That's the best way to put it. And now the villagers are moving over to a way less secure area as well on the western side, western wood line. First ram gonna be finishing up, second ram getting started. 38 military, 56 villagers, 4 Wam, 27 archers, 9 Sipahi, a meta, a ram, second ram halfway done, and of course his scout. Dragevann sitting on 6 camel archers, 7 horsemen. That's it. That's his entire military plus his scout. I guess I could throw that in there. 40 versus 14. This is not going to end well for Dragevann. He is on 64 villagers, but that's only a 5 villager lead, even though he is on 3 TC. Supply blocked. Dragevann has supply blocked himself yet again. This is like the 3rd or 4th time this game so far. There are just way too many units here for our Ottoman player. The 3rd TC is going to be going down very soon. The number of archers here, archers going to be able to one-shot the camel archers, and then the Sipahi will be able to go in and just do max damage, unrestrained, eased damage, one might say. There go the front line. There goes the front line, and now the back line is gone. GG does get called in a swift manner. Game goes to our blue Ottoman player, Wam. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.